Can 10 top MC pros defeat 1,000 average players like you and me?
How big is the gap between these professional players and ordinary players? The foreign team conducted a confrontation experiment specifically for this purpose. They invited 10 top MC pros from across the network. This includes Redstone experts, master builders, and super soldiers who can play in PvP melee. When the game starts, 10 professional players were teleported to the island by the administrator. Their goal is to protect the crystal behind them. This is a huge test of the athletes' developmental speed and building ability. They need to build a large defensive tower in 7 days. Then place the crystal in the tower for protection. And after 7 days, the server will be fully open. There will be 1,000 players competing to break into the formation because the administrator set up a $500 bonus to incentivize the first player to destroy the crystal to get the full amount. Not much to say. Now the game officially starts. 10 professional players are spawned on an island surrounded by the sea. Since they only have 7 days to develop, this caused them not to dare to stand alone. Each player is given the opportunity to negotiate and collect various building materials in different terrains. Alright. And in order to build the toughest defensive tower, Master Architect Canadian has the voiceover. He has ever built the most complex large prison in the game, but his list of materials is actually 5 days old. He has to collect 200,000 black key and thousands of barrels of lava in 7 days. In addition, each member of the team must also have the next alloy armor equipment. This includes various types of weapons as well as food and keys. To collect these materials within a week. The division of labor among team members is crucial. A contestant immediately came to the village. He infected the villagers with zombies and then cured them, so the villagers have Stockholm Syndrome. Then you can buy a lot of cheap magic from the villagers. Some contestants went to ancient cities to search for supplies. There are still people left on the island where the crystals are placed. Turn this place into flat ground. The one who has made the greatest contribution to the team is the PvP boss in front of him. He came to Modi alone. It didn't take long to clear the car and defeat the end image. And we started traveling to the islands to collect a warp tooth for each of our teammates. And that's not all. And then he started flooding the whole island with seawater. Then he built a brush monster on top of the end of the island because the whole island of Mexico had been submerged by the sea. Endgame people can only be forced to swipe out on the platform. With this method, he obtained enough endgame pearls for the entire team. I also made a lot of experience bottles to take back to help them achieve quick upgrades. The time came for the next day. All players have completed their development, wearing enchanted alloy gear. And today's main task is to collect various materials for building defense towers. In order for the defensive tower to withstand an attack of 1,000 people, it is better to use a black key for construction. According to the previous calculation, that would take at least 200,000. If it is an ordinary player, they will definitely choose to dig by hand honestly. But even the lower bound alloy port of handheld efficiency still wastes a lot of time. Now let's see what the pros do. After he passes an object through the final portal, a complete black key platform will be automatically refreshed below. We then generate a lower bound wither at a location near the platform. Then put a snow puppet in the position of the portal. Let him keep throwing snowballs through the portal, and you create a perpetual motion machine. As long as there are players standing in front of the obsidian steps refreshed by withering can be continuously bombarded. Except for obsidian, they also established various automated farms on day 3, according to the build. Some are built in summer to brush out gold and apples. Some build on empty islands to obtain massive amounts of construction wood. Other machines don't look complicated. Players like you and me can do it in a day. For example, this iron puppet farm. The competitors mainly use him to make thousands of barrels of magma. But a redstone machine like this one is quite complicated. The interior is filled with complex redstone circuits. It is impossible to complete without professional redstone knowledge. This is the biggest difference between professional players and ordinary players. Marauder famous field. Each professional player also received a large number of rich woman In the blink of an eye, day 4 arrived. All the building materials have finally been collected. Next, he began to build a defensive tower for the crystal. Since the crystal can't move, therefore, the defensive tower can only be built under the joint excavation of redstone bombers and pro players. They cut a deep hole in the island, then use the black key to build the perimeter wall. Finally, remove the remaining stones in the pit. And the perimeter of the tower was built. The time has come for the 5th day. As the perimeter of the tower continues to rise, the crystal is now located at the very center of the entire defense tower. Next, they plan to set up different layers of defense inside the defense tower, and each layer has a different defense mechanism. The outermost defense consists of magma, outside the circle of obsidian. Designers use scaffolding to lay 12 lattices of lava. After firing the scaffolds, the lava that fell covered the entire defense tower. This layer of defense alone can filter out a large number of players. Each subsequent layer of defense structure can cause the intruding player to feel devastated. For example, the defense structure of the 3rd floor is the Black Medicine family, and breaking through the sudden water flow will cause the player's destruction progress just now to return to 0. At that time, there will definitely be a lot of players who will be The second to last layer of defense is a combination of spiderweb and obsidian. Intruders can fall into the net without paying attention. When a player finally breaks into the innermost layer of the tower, waiting for him here will be a fully armed PvP professional player. And the crystal that the players want to destroy is also wrapped by professional players with multiple layers of black keys. After 7 days of hard work, the defensive tower is finally completed, but to be more perfect, the designer did a little finishing to the appearance. It makes the whole tower look perfect. At the same time, the administrator also exposed the server. After about 5 minutes, the server is crowded with 1,000 players from all over the world. They will have 90 minutes to freely develop and build. And the first player to destroy the crystal will receive a $500 prize. Look at this guy. The high bonus seemed to make him lose his mind. dare to break into the formation without any equipment. And there are 2 more outrageous players like him. Really, when these professional players are vegetarians, soon they were easily solved by the professional players who came over. Because I'm idle now, I'm idle. Professional players become hunters, began to fill the map looking for still developing players. Then, with the advantage of their equipment, they can easily hunt them down. Although players will respawn in a certain area. But it also wastes their precious time brushing equipment. But 1,000 players is a lot. Therefore, there are still players who have developed good equipment during this period. Others have built intricate tunnels underground in preparation for surprise victory. Unfortunately, most of the tunnels were discovered by hunters. Then use the ladder to reblow the tunnel. At this time, players have already established a sky corridor near the defense tower. Players can attack from here. There is a dog trainer under the defensive tower. His plan was to breed large numbers of wolf dogs to help him fight. Compared to these wild ideas, most of the players are developing in an honest and lewd manner. For example, these 2 players in front of you, they develop by mining. A group of fishermen gathered by the river. They try to get better gear by fishing. What the hell is going on with this guy? To have an enchanted diamond armor in such a short period of time. The administrator decided to follow up and find out. Through a special code, we can see the various salaries in his backpack. Unexpectedly, he still has enchanted diamond swords and tools. Turns out there are crouching tigers, hidden dragons among 1,000 average players. At this point, all players have only the last 3 minutes of free development time. 1 minute left round there. Are you all ready to get teleported to the 1,000 players base or not? Everyone say yes in the chat for the video. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna tell for everyone in 5 seconds, okay? Here we go, 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Okay guys, we're going with the code launch. All developing players have been teleported to this island. Next, let's see if they will continue to choose to develop or jointly launch a menacing attack on the defense tower. Most of the players chose to attack directly, and soon players were everywhere. And there are players who are constantly playing this way. They're trying to put out the outermost lava of the tower with seawater. But the first layer of magma defense has a full 12 layers. Players without fireproof potion will have a hard time passing. The player walking in front can only use seawater to extinguish. And I started digging, grid by grid. But as long as one player digs a complete path, the players behind can enter the next defense tower through this road. At the same time, 5 fully armed PvP professional players will act as hunters to hunt down the outermost players. There is so many words. All they have to do is slow the player down as much as possible to break through the first defense tower. But even though their alloy ships were smoking, but 1,000 is way too many. Many players still broke through the magma defense, entered the next level of the mechanism. Among them, more and more players choose not to play according to the routine. He climbed to the roof of the defensive tower through the water elevator. It's going to come down from the center. Professional players also caught up immediately. Block players who climb up, but even if they tried their best, they're hunting all the time. It didn't take long for players to successfully dig a hole in the center of the tower top. Then we took the water elevator to the bottom. The bottom is densely packed with sharp stalactites. Many players have fallen here, but that's not the most dangerous part. The loophole was soon discovered by hunters. The players in the tower were quickly cleaned up, but then the hunter noticed something strange. There are actually players wearing their teammates' costumes and rulers. By asking teammates, it turned out to be a professional player whose network malfunctioned. This is a major mistake. As a result, this player has the lower realm alloy equipment and the rich woman totem. Maybe players can use this to turn the tide of the battle. And it got even worse. Nowadays, a large number of players have broken through to the last level of the defensive tower. All 10 professional players are dispatched. Quickly exhaust all the intruders. But they knew they couldn't kill all the intruders. More and more players are constantly breaking through defenses, pouring into the fortress from all directions. 2 of the players found the secret room where the players stored their supplies. Took a large number of endgame pearls from here. Also enchant. The station was equipped with sub-models, but they don't have much time left. There are only 15 minutes left in the game. Professional players have developed a new strategy. In order to slow down the speed of the players' breakthrough, 2 of the top PvP players got into the tunnel dug by the player. Raid these players from behind. Oh! There's more down here. Big straight up. Although this raid killed many players, but it's still just a delay. Despite the overwhelming number of players, a large number of players still broke through the last layer of defense. The professional players guarding here also ushered in a real challenge. 2 players wearing full diamond armor broke in here. One of them is operating at the ceiling level. Even under the siege of 6 professional players, he still handled it with ease, and by constantly raising up, he escaped the pursuit of the hunter. And by anticipating and dodging the cameras, several of his sharp swords. And why he's so good. It's because this person is actually the 7th-ranked PvP player. He happened to attend the event and disguised himself as an ordinary person. However, in fact, his strength is even several times stronger than these professional players. Under the huge equipment disadvantage, he lasted 90 meters under the siege of 6 professional players. And finally, completely surrounded, he defends himself by wrapping himself in a spider web. I lasted a few more seconds this way. It was eventually killed by hunters with lava, but unfortunately his teammates are very hip-jerking. The crystal was not damaged during this time. In the end, he was instantly killed by the professional players. Now there are only 5 minutes left in the game. All players decide to make the final push. One player decided to take advantage of a loophole in the card wall. They dug a tunnel under the crystal tower, and then a bed was placed here. Rebirth by drowning. Then the player can directly come to the base. However, as soon as he arrived, he was targeted by the hunters. Soon he was successfully killed by the water, but soon he will be resurrected from the tower to try again. However, watching this kid resurrect again and again, the hunters also found a clue, so they placed a bucket of lava in front of the ladder where he was reborn. After finishing this episode, only the last 30 seconds of time are left. Both sides are making a final effort, but the Hunter's defense is obviously better, and time, the 10th throws them officially 1 against 1,000 players. Thank you all so much for joining us.